All right, the latest version of the NRL's new 18th man rule was made public today, so it comes into play this weekend, and it applies when a team is affected by foul play or 3 failed HIAs. The foul play must result in a sin bin or a send-off, and the 18th player can be any registered player from the top 30 Paul Kemp. What's your assessment of the latest adjustment?
I was a bit concerned that it'd be used just as a rort, that players be told to stay down to get the fresh player on, the 18th player on. But by putting in the foul play clause in there, what we're going to see now, and I've spoken to the NRL today about this, the referees have already been instructed after the incident a couple of weeks ago in the Parramatta-Melbourne game about sending players off or sending players to the sin bin and being more diligent in that area. And what you're going to find now is that there's going to be a lot of pressure applied from coaches who lose players and they haven't got the or they haven't got, the replacement player available because the referee didn't sin bin or send off the player. So they'll be saying, well, why wasn't he sent off? Why wasn't he sin bin? I lost a player and he wasn't. Now, that's going to, it's almost certainly now, as soon as a player looks like he's going to have to go off, the offending player is going to have to go as well.
Puts all sorts of pressure on the match officials.
That's just where we're going to go. So, look, it's an interesting state. We're going to go down this track, and I don't know how it's going to pan out.
Would you agree that this probably won't be the last version of this rule?
Yes. When I sat there and I saw that shot from Felice Kafusi on Ryan Madison that night, and then the same weekend you had Dallin Watene-Zelezniak's on Nathan Cleary, and the shot on Reynolds in that Manly game, and you're losing these players, and the team that loses the player gets nothing in return, mate, that gives me thought that, well, this rule had to happen. Benji suggested it on the show last week. Yeah. As soon as he said it, I thought, good idea.
But that's true, but Kafusi didn't get sin binned. So yes, Parramatta wouldn't have been able to replace Madison.
Exactly. That was how it was then, and I'm sure if that happened again, it would change now.
And it's going to change now.
Graham said he should have been sin binned, to be fair, in that situation. Graham said that should have been a sin bin.
The referees are terrified of doing it because they're afraid of going in the dressing room, hearing from the press conference after the game, the coach saying he cost us every chance of victory by sending him off. That's why they go the soft option and put them all on report.
But this has
now this is going to be a real tested nerve for the referees.
But it's had to happen. Like for years, our games, I believe, needed this. This rule is a great rule.
I don't
With
disagree.
the foul play in it, it works.
I don't disagree. And for some reason, I know why, but the send-offs just disappeared from the game. And so we all talk about how the game was so much harder back in the day. The swinging arms, the high tackles, the foul play where players get to remain on the field would never have been tolerated 20 years ago or 30 years ago.
And it would have all happened in about 2 seconds.
Referee goes, boom,
you're gone.
Gone. No call in, had a discussion, I've had a report from the bunker, all that. Like you have a committee meeting every time now, they still don't get it right.
I'll be honest with you, I know I'm wary of bringing this up because last time I brought up player staging, there was a couple of weeks ago, he said I only had half a brain from memory. But I'll be looking out for the player at about minute 60 who cops just half a knock across the chin. He'll be lying down, the match official will be going, do I need to send this bloke or not?
That's where it's going to go to the bunker. The bunker's going to be terrified.
Looking for the wink.
He's going to be sitting there going, oh, what do I do here? 60 minute, mate, trainer, stay down. Oh, here we go.
Jimmy, 18th man foul play rule will be rorted.
Don't like it that it will be rorted. Look, I think on such a serious issue, all the key stakeholders of the game should, obviously, I imagine there will be a presentation to coaches and players around this.
But the HIA has already been rorted.
Well, let's hope there can be a change. Let's hope that this won't be because, with such severity of the situation, let's hope that everyone can come together and not rort it. And like I've said before, I think if your tactic going into a game is to lay down on the 60 minutes to bring a fresh forward on, you've got way, way bigger issues at play.
But what if you're being told by the coach, 60 minutes, mate, we're going to get you off, so we want you to go down, we want you to get up and stumble a bit, so that way we get a free
can't play next week then. See how many players stay down, because I wouldn't stay down for anyone if I was told I'm not playing next week.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and that might end up being the case, is that you have a couple of senior players in the game that will observe the spirit of the game and say, no, we're not doing that, and stand up to the coach. Anyway, we'll leave it there. James Graham, Benji Marshall, thanks for coming in.